puppets. So today we are going to make a Halloween scrunchie. So I have cut out a piece of fabric that is about 10 inches by about 5.5 inches. And then I have also cut out a piece of elastic, which is about 5.5 inches as well. Now I've cut it out to be that size because when you take the elastic and you stretch it, it gets to be about an inch bigger than the piece of fabric I have cut. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this fabric in my fancy little sewing machine, which isn't very fancy. You can use this with any sewing machine, or you can sew it by hand if you have the patience. And we're just going to put the fabric into here, and we're going to sew a tube. So we're going to go back and forth to make sure the stitch is good. And we're going to sew all the way down, trying to keep it nice and even. Now that we have our tube sewn, I've cut off the excess to make it so it's not going to be so thick, and I'm going to turn the fabric inside out. This is also a way you can make a bow. If you were to sew the end pieces together here and then just fold it, you can make a nice little bow. I guess I can show you guys that at some point. I don't know if I've done that already. A lot of times when I'm making videos, I have to make sure I haven't done them already because I get confused as to what I've shown everyone. Alright, so now our tube is turned inside out. And we want to kind of make sure that the seam is not showing, so we're going to actually fold it into the middle, and we're going to sew our elastic in here. And so I think the easiest way to sew the elastic is to actually sew the elastic to itself. So I'm going to run the elastic through the fabric, making sure to keep one side of it out, and then I'm going to take it and just sew it onto itself like this. So here's my sewing machine. Make sure my thread is out enough. I am just going to sew over this a couple times to make sure it's nice and strong and held together. So back and forth. And once that's sewn together, you just have to sew together the fabric. So it's not going to be poofy all the way around because we have to sew the fabric at some point. Ooh, the camera almost fell. So what I'm going to do is pull the fabric out together. I'm going to fold one side in and put the other fabric inside of the other side. So the side that is folded in should be on top. And that will help make a less well, it's not going to be less noticeable, a less messy seam. So we're going to take it like that. We're going to try and just sew those sides together as they are. You can also do this by hand if you think it will look nicer. It probably will, to be honest, but I'm trying to get this done so that I can wear it, obviously. I don't want to spend time trying to sew together a piece of fabric when I can just use my sewing machine and have it all together right away. And most of this process is pretty easy on the sewing machine. This last part's probably the only part that's actually hard on the sewing machine. So once you have that done, I'm going to snip the ends of the strings, and there you have a cute little Halloween scrunchie. You can use more elastic or more fabric if you think it'll make it better. Obviously, the more fabric you use, the further it will stretch. This is just a little one that I've made just to have something I can put in my hair for Halloween. And it should also fit snugly around my wrist as a little band if I wanted to wear it as a bracelet. I wouldn't lose it because it fits nice and snug because of the elastic. And there we go.